Okay, welcome back to Google Ads Marketing for Chiropractors, creating profitable campaigns, the right way to grow your practice. We are now going to talk about campaign structure. So we've identified our keywords, right? So we have our keyword list. We do it in Google Sheets document. I would recommend the same because it's organized and it's very efficient. But you should have your keywords at this point. And now we're going to talk about how we actually deploy the keywords within a very specific campaign structure. Okay, so I'm going to do a really quick recap here on how people buy. Again, the different awareness levels. Right, I'm not going to go into the details, but I'm just going to go through these slides real fast from unaware, prospect doesn't know he or she has a problem, to problem aware, becoming solution aware, product aware, or service aware in chiropractic, to most aware. So there's different levels here. And again, if this is new to you, go watch the videos as part of this series. It's really important to understand those awareness levels because it applies to the way you target and actually the way your ad copy communicates with that person, depending on where they are in the journey. Okay. So there's different awareness levels. When we're talking about Google Ads in chiropractic, a lot of times we are focused at the very bottom of the funnel. Okay, so we're talking about down here, right? So chiropractor near me, back adjustments near me, things like keywords like that, right? So what we're trying to do is visualize our keywords. We want to start at the bottom of the funnel with a high commercial intent keywords to get those conversions into the account as quickly as possible. Again, the goal is per month, 30 to 50 conversions. That's really great training for Google's algorithm, and then Google takes that conversion data, which is really like signals of winning on your website, and uses that to inform other campaigns. Once Google knows what success looks like, it can go out and actually find more people like that, so you can grow your practice, and it becomes less about keywords and more about buying intent signals. And if you think about the way that somebody would be searching online for a chiropractor, they might be on their desktop. They might do a search on their desktop. Then they might pick up their phone later on and then go back to your website. They might be on Facebook. They might be Google. They're all over the place, right? A lot of times people are logged into the Google platform, maybe Gmail. So Google's seeing all of these different types of signals. In fact, they actually often will see store visits. So store visits and another conversion type. We haven't even talked about that, but we measure store visits as well. So when somebody actually walks into your practice, and if they've got a device, Apple iPhone or Android or whatever, and they've got a Google app that's running, a lot of times Google will know from the location signals that they're at your store, and that's even more powerful, right? Because then you can say, okay, I invested in an ad, they clicked on the ad, and then 7 days later they walked into my practice. And you'll be able to see that in the data. Okay, so we start at the bottom of the funnel. So identifying the bottom of funnel keywords that matter is really, really key. That's where we start because we're trying to compel action. Remember, we talked about that. Now, this is a new one. Okay, so we're going to talk about matching awareness levels with the marketing channel. All right, so we're talking about Google and YouTube because YouTube is part of Google. So where do we start most of the time? Again, down here, right? So we've got Google search, Google Maps, and then display remarketing. Now, unfortunately, in chiropractic, we can't do remarketing because of HIPAA regulations. Most of the time, we're not allowed to, right? So we just can't. So we're starting with search and maps and then working our way up. And then we can expand it into other channels like display and YouTube. You could actually run display ads that are based off of search now and show display ads based off of different types of searches as they relate to chiropractic. You can target competitors. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do, and you can do across, in the Google ecosystem. YouTube, Discover, which is the app on the Google app on the phone, and then Gmail. All right. So let's get into it. Let's talk about bottom of funnel targeting. So the very first thing we do is target known performers, and we've done so many chiropractic accounts, we know the known performers, so we can actually isolate them, bid them properly, okay, because of the account structure that we create. Ad groups are thematically developed, gives us the ability to not only write ad copy that's very specific to that search that somebody's typing in, but also allows us to be able to bid accordingly. So bidding properly on very unique searches is key to be able to get you in the right page position The higher up on the page you are for the right searches, the higher your CTR, the higher your quality of leads. Okay, so really, really important that we're bidding properly, and we can only get there with proper campaign and ad group structure. So again, we are at this point, we are targeting bottom of funnel. You can see here, ads targeting known high intent searches, dominating that page position for those right searches, training the algorithm over time as to what success looks like. So it becomes more about algorithmic intent signals, okay, and being able to show the ads to the right person at the right time based off of their behaviors, more so than keywords, and then a bottom up approach to marketing. And you're going to see this here in the next slides, okay. So then the second phase, it's almost, I call this the inside out approach. So phase 2, we're still bottom of funnel, but we're not inside that action. Now we're starting to go outside. We're still bottom of funnel. We're still in the action part, but now we're targeting unknown high intent searches. So these are searches that you never would have even anticipated that somebody would search this way. And I see this data all the time. So when we look at the search terms or what people are typing into Google, you look at it afterwards, you're like, holy cow, I never expected somebody would search that and convert or make a phone call, right? So when you can do the keyword research all day long and then not even think to even add a lot of these keywords. And there's so many of them that this is where you really can scale an account, because there's so many. The volume is much higher of these unknown signals, or keywords rather, unknown keywords than the keywords that we know about, which allows you to really be able to scale out. So again, unknown high intent searches, algorithm targets the buying signals, and these are obscure, unpredictable long tail searches, and the higher search volume equals your ability to scale success, okay? So once we've dominated the bottom of the funnel searches, the searches that truly matter to your chiropractic practice, then we start to move up funnel and we start to go into other campaign types, right? So Performance Max is perfect. Like if you ran Performance Max with zero conversion data, zero phone calls, and nothing that has informed the account as to what works and what doesn't, or if you're measuring the wrong conversions, then most of the time, this is not going to work. It's just going to sputter out on you. You're going to end up wasting a lot of money. So there's a method here in terms of like, when do you launch certain campaign types? Performance Max would come later once you've seeded the campaigns with the proper, or once you've seeded the account with proper campaign structure and conversion data, then you can launch your Performance Max campaigns. So again, prior success informs upper funnel campaigns. Now we're starting to get more into the upper funnel, expand reach into additional channels, and scale and grow exponentially. So here we go. Okay, so we're moving up this way and getting more and more volume. Okay, but we're doing it the smart way. We're not starting at the top with no targeting and no success signals. We're starting at the bottom, proving the concept and moving it up, okay? All right, and we continue. So phase 4, keep moving up funnel with channel expansion. So now we're talking about like YouTube, other types of ads, display ads that will go across the internet. The Google Display Network is vast. It's something like 94% of the internet. So then once you've dominated search, you can start moving up into display and finding other audiences that are just like your core audiences that have converted into patients. And it's really a powerful way, and quite magical if it's done correctly, to see those numbers continue to go up and scale over time, okay? And then, by the way, this is about Google, but it continues over into Meta or Facebook as well. So you can use this data to also inform your Facebook, Instagram, other types of campaigns, and retarget on that existing traffic. So we've already pulled in really high intent searches for people that are looking for help now, and maybe they're not ready to make that decision, but they've come to your website. And if you got the Meta pixel, the Facebook pixel, Facebook's called Meta now, but if you got the Meta pixel firing, you're building an audience there, and then all of a sudden, you can use that to be able to kind of create a lookalike audience, and then run that type of ad within Facebook, for example. Again, you got to be careful on Facebook, just like Google with HIPAA regulations and such, but there's a way to do it, definitely, and that also allows you to be able to scale and grow as you work your way backward through the funnel. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. I just wanted to again take the whole concept of keywords, because keywords have a place in the buying journey. You could literally take a keyword and be pasted right on top of the funnel as to how that keyword is expressed, because it has buying intent behind it. And there's a method to, starting at the bottom and working your way back through the funnel to be able to scale and grow an account for chiropractic the proper way. Okay. So again, if you need help with any of this, let us know. We'll be happy to help you. We do chiropractic all day long. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them here, and please like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you.